So good morning to all of you. My name is Lokendra and I welcome you all in this today's class, and that is on trigonometry. So we'll understand what is the meaning of trigonometry and what are the concepts or what are the sciences which are involved in this trigonometry. So basically, by to understand the meaning of trigonometry, what we will do, we will break down this word trigonometry in three parts. That is, first try, the second is gono, and the third one is metry. So the meaning of try is 3, the meaning of gono is sides, and the meaning of metry is measurement. So with this meaning of these three words, with these meaning of these three words, we can tell the exact meaning of the trigonometry. That is the measurement of three sides of a shape. So measurement of three sides of a shape. So we are very familiar with the three sides of a shape, that is triangle. So with this science, that is trigonometry, we'll be measuring the length of the three sides of a shape, that is triangle. So in this trigonometry, we'll measure the length of the three sides of a triangle. So if we so in whole, what trigonometry tells you about that, trigonometry basically deals with the relationship between the three sides of a triangle. Okay, so if we talk about the need of the trigonometry, so the need of the trigonometry is just like if you go in the past and we'll talk about the history, and if you talk about the history of the trigonometry, so back then mathematicians have discovered this this science or this concepts, just thinking of that if a plane, just thinking of that if a plane is flying at a height, if a plane is flying at a height from the surface, flying at a height from the surface, at a height h from the surface, and an observer is standing over here or sitting over here, and he is watching this plane at this height, and he is watching this plane at this height, and he wants to measure this distance and this height where the plane is flying from the surface. So he can, at this time, if he wants to measure these two distances from here to here and from surface to the plane, he cannot measure or he cannot find out the distances on these two distances with the measurement. So what he'll do, he will walk around here, and he will walk over here, and what he'll do, he'll measure this distance, that is around 300 meter or 200, say about, and he will measure this angle theta. So with these two measurements, say about this angle is 30 degree or 45 degree or something else. So with these two measurements, that is the theta, that is angle, and this distance 300 meter from point A to B, so with these two information, the observer can find out or can measure, measure these two distances, which is AC and BC. So this makes whole a triangle. Which is nothing but a right angle triangle. So in the earliest class or in the earliest chapters, we have what? right angle triangle. So in the earlier chapters we have already discussed the triangle topic or the right angle triangle, so we are very familiar with the right angle triangle. So if I talk about the terminologies which are involved in the right angle triangle, so in right angle triangle, in the right angle triangle, in the right angle triangle, if I be able to, this is the most simplest thing, if I be able to, if I be able to break down the information which are involved in the right angle triangle. So what are the information which are involved in the right angle triangle? So if a person or a observer is sitting right over here, and this is a right angle triangle, this is a right angle triangle, this angle is 90 degree, this angle is 90 degrees. Say suppose this point is A, this is B, and this is C. This is nothing but just so this is a right angle triangle. So an observer is sitting right over here at point A, and he is watching this side. So this side would be known as the perpendicular, this perpendicular, denoting with P. The observer which is sitting on the surface is known as base, denoting with B, and the side which is just opposite to this right angle, which is 90 degree, is known as hypotenuse, denoting with H. So this is the basic terminologies which are involved in the right angle triangle. Okay, so if we talk about the triangle ratios, so if we talk about the triangle ratios which are involved in, if we talk about the triangle ratios, so if we talk about the triangle ratios, which will be triangle ratios which will be well defining the right angle triangle. So if we take the right angle triangle, like we have discussed in the previous slide, so this is the right angle triangle, this is point A, this is point B, and this is point C, and this angle is 90 degree. So the observer was sitting right over here, and the observer is watching this side is known as perpendicular, and the observer is sitting on which plane is known as base, or simply denoting with B. The side which is opposite to this 90 degree is hypotenuse, simply denoting with H. So if we talk about the triangle ratios, so in triangle ratios, different sines and cosines formulas are used in these triangle ratios. So if we and this triangle is here, the angle is theta. The observer over here, the observer, and here the observer, the observer is making the angle theta with the base. So in this triangle, if we write down the formula for sine theta, so the sine theta will be the perpendicular divided by the hypotenuse. The sine theta will be the perpendicular divided by the hypotenuse. And if we talk about the cos theta, the cosines of the theta, so the cos theta is the base divided by the hypotenuse, and if we talk about the cosec and theta, this is nothing but the 1 upon sine theta. This is equal to H by P. this is nothing but the opposite of this sine theta. So, and the next, if we talk about if we write down the formula for sec theta, so this is nothing but the reciprocal of the cos theta, and this is nothing but the h by b. And the next triangle ratio, in the next triangle ratio, we will find out the formula for the tan theta. So the tan theta will be perpendicular this height divided by this base, this height perpendicular divided by base. And the next triangle ratio is cot theta. Cot theta is nothing but the reciprocal of the tan theta, which is nothing but the b by p. So in this triangle ratio with so these are the triangle ratios which are used to measure the different distances or different length of the sides of the triangle. And if we further go into the triangle ratios, we find that if we divide this tan theta terms and in this cot theta terms with h and with h in the numerator and denominator, so we find the p by h is nothing but the sine theta, and the b by h is nothing but the cos theta. And if we divide this by h, so we can tell the b by h is nothing but the cos theta, and the p by h is nothing but the sine theta. So these are the all triangle ratios which are going to be used in this trigonometry science for the measurement of the length of the triangle. So this is all about today. Thank you for listening. Thanks.